Welcome to This Is True Really News. Before we get into the meat of today's program, I'd like to remind you that it would be wonderful if you'd like, subscribe, and follow us. It'd be spiffy if you'd send us your question, comments, opinions, or snarks to TITR@netradio.network.
Love them things.
You can also leave us a story right there. And if you have a question, comment, opinion, or snark that you don't want to put in an email, just leave it right there wherever you found us. We'll find it. Jester Boy is really good at that. Thank you.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Have you ever noticed that
I work
criminals
with a nutcase. I'm just saying.
What?
Even Martin Luther shaking his head, yes. I work with a nutcase.
Just wait till you get your gift. You have no idea how hard I had to search to find caps like these that fit our melons.
You know what? When Shelby gets here, I'm having lunch with my granddaughter.
Okay.
When Shelbs gets here,
Yeah.
because I have one sweatshirt that the emblem is kind of starting to peel off, right?
Yeah.
Well, get another one. She found 3 in about 47 seconds. So I'm going to see how long it takes her
Mm-hmm.
to find something that spectacular.
Oh,
I'm guessing minute and a half tops.
you're gonna love the price point on it, but it has to be big enough to fit our melons. A lot of them aren't.
That's true.
Do you know how many inches around your head is?
I do.
Oh,
24 and a quarter.
then you'll fit this.
Damn it. 27 and a quarter.
It won't fit at that point.
35. My head is actually the size of a small comet.
I'll order a second.
Do I have to sew them together then? Or?
Yes,
Of course.
you can wear them like earmuffs.
No, I can't.
Have you ever noticed how criminals do the darndest things?
I have noticed that because criminals, they just do the darndest things.
We're just going to quickly go through, 5 of these things that you'll just get. Like
Carry
headlines.
on, my wayward jester.
A man high on bath salts breaks into a house and puts up Christmas decorations.
Was this before Christmas?
Apparently.
Great.
And for once, he's not out there trying to eat somebody's face, right?
See?
A man's flatulence got him charged with battery.
Nope, I don't want to know.
I'm assuming it wasn't just flatulence at that.
I'm guessing. There may have been flame involved.
There might have
Come
been
on, we're grown-ups here. We've all seen Dumb and Dumber.
could have been a flaming
The original, it's the only one worth watching. The rest are kind of dreck.
Could have been a flaming torpedo. A man breaks into Pizza Hut and fries wings.
All right, let's all together now. When you break into Pizza Hut,
You make a pizza.
you make a pepperoni lover's pizza with extra pepperoni.
Oh, that would be good. I love that. A son robs his mom in broad daylight because he thought he could only be charged with burglary if done at night. Ma'am, take this boy back to the home.
No, I'm thinking mom might be complicit here.
It could be environmental. Is that what you're saying?
Not in the robbery. I'm thinking the nature nurture?
Oh, yeah.
Could be 50-50 here.
And finally,
Thank God.
a man pawns stolen jewelry at a store managed by the woman he robbed.
I'm not great with faces and names.
But you'd know your jewelry when you saw it.
Pretty sure, though, if I robbed someone,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't keep going once I walked in the door and said, uh-oh,
I wonder if he didn't know.
he's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I'm not good with names and faces, so I can see why.
Well, look at the pictures of the family before while you're robbing them.
36-year-old Michael Banks told Brevard County Sheriff's deputies, yes, he's a Florida man,
Dum, dum, dum.
he decided to go car surfing after he left a Home Depot store in Merritt Island.
Car surfing?
Yep. Banks allegedly climbed on top of a van, then jumped from it onto a Nissan truck. From there, an SUV, a Jeep, another SUV, a sedan. The damage caused to each vehicle, around $1,000. Remember, in our day, it was $400. No matter what you did,
Yeah, it was
gonna be
always
at least
$400.
$400.
Yeah.
So surfing, apparently, if you go car surfing in Brevard County, Florida,
Yep.
it's expensive.
Yeah, $1,000 a vehicle.
He
Were these
faces
things moving or still? Was he just kind of
guessing? Please God, let them be in a parking lot.
right?
Because if they're moving, we're back to Teen Wolf, and that's not good.
No, this is stupid.
He does face 2 counts of criminal mischief and was being held at the county jail when last we spoke.
Maybe we should send him a hat.
Oh, here's your hat. Yep, that'd work.
I like that idea.
Be better than I think it's already been done now with the sign thing.
But that's okay. We can still do it.
Of course, he's retired, so that's okay. We could be okay.
I've seen Ingval recently someplace. I can't remember.
Yeah, didn't he? Technically, he retired.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
As a comedian, how do you do that? Take fewer gigs.
We've done it. We just stopped being funny at some point, and
there are those who would argue we have yet to start.
True, and I would be one of those.
Three
what was
quick.
I now?
Oh, you
were. You're good. It's your turn.
3 quick driving stories.
What?
I had recently passed my
car surfing to driving stories. We're going to the auto industry is not going to love us.
I had recently passed my driving test, and I was driving my sister to the supermarket, and a bird flew in the passenger window.
Sure, it was a bird, not a plane. Superman.
My sister was, well, it wasn't Superman, and you'll find out why at the end. My sister was screaming and laughing, and I had to stop to let the bird out. It pooped all over.
Yep, not Superman.
I was on autopilot going for a food shop. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is some Brit. And was stopped behind a van at a temporary traffic light. When the green light came, I followed the van until I realized it was on the wrong side of the cones. The van contained workmen brought to work on a road fault, and I had joined them. I was mortified. I had to reverse back to get out of the cones while they all stood around laughing. But this is the real one.
Really, what else were they going to do?
Yeah, help you?
Oh.
When officers spotted a silver Citroen, one of the world's great automobiles, on the M55 near Preston on 26th of December, they learned the man at the wheel only had an expired provisional license. It was expired and it was provisional, so it's like a learner's permit here. Lancashire police seized the car after discovering he had failed his test in the 1960s. He has been reported for motoring offenses and is due before magistrates on a later date.
Of course he is.
Probably sometime this year.
Oh, one would hope. The Greater Muscatine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, that would be the GMCCI.
Ooh.
Muscatine, Iowa, thank you. They're apologizing for remember we have dumpster days? The plans are in for for Dusty's dumpster days. Well, the GMCCI is apologizing after a controversial 4th of July parade. One entry apparently drew some heated responses, according to KCRG TV. The entry consisted of a man on horseback leading a woman on foot in Native American attire with a rope tied around her hands.
Have they not been out recently?
Wait for it. The group that submitted the entry stated their intention was to pay homage to the Cherokee Nation on how unjustly they were treated. Hang on, let me just get the paperwork out of the way here. The GMCCI is saying this does not represent our community. And whoever put this together did not apparently think this through.
Right?
There are ways to do this, but this isn't any of them.
There are several ways to do this.
There are a lot of ways to do this. This would be the dumbest thing ever heard in the history of mankind.
Yep.
Read the room.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.